understand it quickly and efficiently. Simplified explanation of the editorial. Main idea: the editorial talks about the outbreak of Guillain-Barré syndrome, GBS, in Pune, and highlights how poor urban hygiene is a major reason behind it. The article stresses the importance of maintaining clean water and food safety to prevent such health crises. Key points explained. What is happening? In Pune, over 100 cases of a rare neurological disorder called GBS have been recorded. One person has died due to suspected GBS after visiting Pune. 2. What is the cause? The bacterial infection, Campylobacter jejuni, has been found in patients. This bacteria spreads through contaminated food and water. Almost all patients had vomiting, diarrhea, and nausea before developing GBS symptoms. Example: imagine a town where water pipes are leaking and dirty sewage water is mixing with drinking water. If people drink this contaminated water, they may get stomach infections. In some cases, this infection may trigger a serious disease like GBS. 3. What is GBS? GBS is a rare autoimmune disease that affects the nervous system. The body's own immune system attacks the nerves, leading to numbness, muscle weakness, and paralysis, similar to polio. It can be caused by bacterial or viral infections before it appears. Example: think of the immune system like security guards protecting a house. In GBS, the guard's immune system mistakenly attacked the house itself, nervous system, causing damage. 4. How common is GBS? Worldwide, 1 to 2 cases per 100,000 people are reported. It is more common in adult men. In India, there is no large study on GBS, but an old WHO report, 1993, estimated 138 cases per year in 7 major hospitals. Number 5. Treatment for GBS. There is no direct cure, but treatments like 1. Plasma exchange, removing harmful antibodies from blood. 2. Intravenous immunoglobulin therapy, boosting immunity to fight disease. Early treatment within 2 weeks is very important for better recovery. Example: if a fire starts in a house, it must be controlled immediately before it spreads. Similarly, early detection of GBS can help in better recovery. 6. What is being done now? Government teams in Pune are collecting water samples to find contamination, conducting surveillance to track new cases, sending central medical teams to help in affected areas. 7. What should the government do? Provide clean drinking water to everyone. Educate people on hygiene and food safety to avoid contaminated food. Example: if the government ensures that water pipelines are well maintained and people are educated about food safety, future outbreaks can be prevented. Conclusion: the GBS outbreak in Pune shows that poor sanitation and water contamination can lead to serious health issues. Proper hygiene, surveillance, and early treatment are necessary to control such diseases. The government must take strict actions to ensure clean water supply and spread awareness about food safety. Why is this editorial important for you? For the SBIPO and IBPSPO exams, editorials like this help in improving reading comprehension for English section, providing content for essay writing and descriptive paper, enhancing general awareness for banking and economy topics, health and governance. Let me know if you analyzed from the given editorial. 5 vocabulary words. 1. Fragility, meaning the quality of being easily damaged or broken. Synonyms: weakness, vulnerability, delicacy. Antonyms: strength, robustness, resilience. Example: the fragility of the old bridge became evident during the storm. A pathogen, meaning a microorganism that causes disease. Synonyms: germ, microbe, virus. Antonyms: antibody, probiotic. Example: contaminated food often becomes a breeding ground for pathogens. 3. Surveillance, meaning close observation, especially of suspected activity. Synonyms: monitoring, supervision, scrutiny. Antonyms: neglect, inattention. Example: the police increased surveillance in the area to prevent crimes. 4. Debility, meaning physical weakness, often due to illness. Synonym: frailty, infirmity, exhaustion. Antonyms: vigor, vitality, strength. Example: after recovering from the illness, he still suffered from general debility. 5. Predominant, meaning being the most common or noticeable. Synonyms: main, dominant, prevailing. Antonyms: minor, subordinate, secondary. Example, agriculture remains the predominant occupation in rural areas. 3 phrasal verbs, break out, meaning to start suddenly, often used for diseases or conflicts. Example, a GBS outbreak broke out in Pune, affecting over 100 people. 2. Slip up, meaning to make a mistake. Example, a slip up in water maintenance led to contamination and disease spread. 3. Mount up, meaning to increase or gather in quantity or intensity. Example, the health teams mounted up their efforts to control the outbreak. 3 idioms phrases. 1. At the heart of, meaning at the center or most important part of something. Example, at the heart of the GBS outbreak is the lack of proper sanitation. To cause havoc, meaning to create a situation of great disorder or chaos. Example, the contaminated water caused havoc in the community. 3. Slip through the cracks, meaning to go unnoticed or be overlooked. Due to poor monitoring, the issue of water contamination slipped through the cracks. Based on the given passage, direct comprehension questions. Q1, what is the primary cause of the GBS outbreak in Pune? A. Air pollution. B. A bacterial infection from contaminated food and water. C. A viral pandemic. D. A genetic disorder. Answer B. A bacterial infection from contaminated food and water. Q2, according to the passage, what are the common symptoms seen before the onset of GBS? A. Fever and joint pain. B. Gastroenteritis, vomiting, diarrhea, and nausea. C. Skin rashes and breathing difficulties. D. High blood pressure and dizziness. Answer B. Gastroenteritis, vomiting, diarrhea, and nausea. Q3. What does the passage suggest about India's epidemiological data on GBS? India has extensive and updated data on GBS cases. B. Large epidemiological studies on GBS in India are limited. C. GBS is more common in India than in other countries. D. The WHO has declared GBS a national emergency in India. Answer B. Large epidemiological studies on GBS in India are limited. 2. Vocabulary-based question 4. What does the word fragility in the passage mean? A. Strength. B. Weakness. C. Stability. D. Resistance. Answer B. Weakness. Q5. Choose the correct synonym of breach as used in the passage. A. Violation. B. Protection. C. Repair. D. Strengthen. Answer A. Violation. 3. Fill in the blanks from the passage. Q6. The bacterial infection responsible for the GBS outbreak is identified as answer, Campylobacter jejuni. Q7. The WHO estimates that GBS has an incidence of per 1,000 population globally. 1 to 2 cases. 4. True, false, or fact-based questions. Q8. The passage states that GBS is a genetic disorder affecting the central nervous system. A. True, false. GBS is an autoimmune disorder affecting the peripheral nervous system. Q9. The passage suggests that GBS cases tend to increase during weather changes. True, false, true. Sentence rearrangement / parajumbles. Beginner-friendly explanation. How to approach parajumbles. 1. Identify the central idea. The passage is about the GBS outbreak and its causes. 2. Find the starting sentence. It usually introduces the topic. 3. Look for logical links. Identify transition words like however, therefore, or also to connect sentences. 4. Check for conclusion. The last sentence often summarizes the idea. Q10. Arrange the following sentences in the correct sequence. A. Rapid response teams have been deployed to collect water samples and monitor the situation. B. The outbreak of GBS in Pune has been linked to bacterial contamination in food and water. C. Patients infected with GBS show symptoms like numbness, paralysis, and muscle weakness. D. Authorities must ensure clean drinking water and hygiene awareness to prevent such outbreaks in the future. Options A, B, C, A, D, B, C, A, B, D, C, A, D, B, C, D, B, A, C, D. B, C, A, D, explanation B, introduces the topic GBS outbreak cause. C, describes the symptoms. A, talks about government action. Concludes with a preventive measure. These are exam-level questions designed of the editorial. Title, Mining Politics, Balancing Strategic Need and Ecology. Background of the issue. The Union government recently canceled the auction for tungsten mining in Nayakarpati, Madurai after facing protests. The auction was originally awarded to Vedanta's Hindustan Zinc Limited, covering 2,015.51 hectares. Why was it controversial? The mining site is near Eridapadi, Tamil Nadu's first biodiversity heritage site, which has historical cave temples, Jain symbols and Tamil Brahmi scripts, a habitat for rare species. Government's response and politics. Initially, the BJP-led central government defended the project, stating that only a small part, 1.93 square kilometers of the area, was part of the biodiversity site. Later, the Geological Survey of GSI was asked to study if the boundaries could be changed. However, before GSI could submit a report, the auction was canceled after a meeting with BJP Tamil Nadu leaders and Mines Minister. The cancellation seems to be influenced more by political reasons rather than pure environmental concerns. Strategic importance of tungsten. What is tungsten? A rare, dense, and strong metal used in defense, aerospace, and high-tech industries. Why does India need it? Tungsten has no effective substitutes, and globally, countries stockpile it for future use. Where is tungsten found in India? Tamil Nadu, Haryana, Uttarakhand, West Bengal, 5% reserves. Other reserves, Karnataka, Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra. State government's position. The DMK-led Tamil Nadu government had earlier raised concerns about the biodiversity site, but was not openly against the auction. Before the Mines and Minerals Act amendment, the Tamil Nadu government had sought permission to mine tungsten through joint ventures. Key takeaway: what could have been done better? Instead of canceling the auction abruptly, the center should have waited for the GSI report to adjust mining boundaries. The decision should have balanced both environmental concerns and the strategic need for tungsten mining. Simple example for understanding. Imagine you want to build a factory in an area where there is fertile farmland. The government gives you permission, but local farmers protest because it will harm their crops and heritage sites nearby. Instead of finding a compromise, the government first supports the project, but later cancels it suddenly due to political pressure. A better approach would have been to study the impact and find a way to adjust the project boundaries while still supporting development. This is the simplified summary of the editorial. Let me know if you want further verbs and idioms from the Hindu editorial. 1. Vocabulary words. 1. Annulling, verb, meaning officially canceling or declaring something invalid. Synonyms: canceling, revoking, nullifying, abolishing. Antonyms: approving, confirming, validating. Example: the court annulled the law due to its violation of human rights. 2. Deference, meaning respectful submission or yielding to another's opinion or decision. Synonyms: respect, regard, obedience. Antonyms: disrespect, defiance, disregard. Example: in deference to the elders, the young members accepted the decision. 3. Lustrous, adjective, meaning shiny or having a soft glow. Synonyms: shining, gleaming, radiant. Antonyms: dull, matte, lackluster. Example: the lustrous surface of the diamond made it highly valuable. 4. Stockpiled, verb, meaning accumulated or stored for future use. Synonyms: hoarded, reserved, accumulated. Antonyms: used, depleted, consumed. Example: the government stockpiled essential medicines for emergencies. 5. Dynamics, noun, meaning the forces or processes that produce activity or change. Synonyms: mechanisms, interactions, forces. Antonyms: stability, stagnation, inactivity. Example: the political dynamics in the region have changed after the elections. 2. Phrasal verbs. 1. Red flag, verb, meaning to mark something as problematic or risky. Example: the auditors red flagged several financial transactions in the report. 2. Act in deference to, meaning to behave respectfully or follow someone's wishes. Example: the company acted in deference to the environmental concerns raised by the public. 3. Wait phrasal verb, meaning to delay an action until something happens. Example: the government should have waited for the survey before canceling the project. 3. Idioms and phrases. 1. Make a U-turn, meaning to completely change one's position or decision. The government made a U-turn after facing strong opposition. Verb 2, play a larger role, meaning to be a significant factor in something. Example, politics played a larger role than environmental concerns in the cancellation of the auction. 3, strike a balance, meaning to find a middle ground between two opposing interests. Example, the authorities need to strike a balance between economic growth and environmental protection. Questions from the Hindu editorial. 1. Direct comprehension questions. Q1. What was the primary reason for the annulment of the Nayakarpati tungsten block auction? A. The discovery of alternative tungsten sources. B. Protests due to environmental and cultural concerns. C. The inefficiency of the mining company. D. The lack of strategic importance of tungsten. B. Protests due to environmental and cultural concerns. Q2. Which organization was asked to explore redefining the mining boundaries? A. Geological Survey of India, GSI. B. National Biodiversity Authority. C. Central Pollution Control Board. D. Ministry of Environment and Forests. A. Geological Survey of India, GSI. Q3. Why is tungsten considered strategically important? A. It is an abundant metal used in agriculture. B. It is essential for defense and high-technology industries. C. It is a substitute for iron in construction. D. It is widely available and inexpensive. It is essential for defense and high-technology industries. Q4. Which state's first biodiversity heritage site was close to the proposed mining site? Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra. D. Karnataka. Answer 2. Vocabulary-based questions. Q5. What is the meaning of the word annulling in the context of the passage? A. Approving. B. Canceling. C. Expanding. D. Supporting. Canceling. Q6. Which of the following is the best synonym for lustrous as used in the passage? Dull. B. Shiny. Rough. D. Brittle. Q70. What is the antonym of deference as used in the passage? Obedience. Agreement. Disrespect. Support. See disrespect. Fill in the blanks. Q8. The center annulled the auction before the GSI could act after a meeting with community leaders from Chennai, Madurai, C. Coimbatore, D. Bengaluru. Answer: Madurai. The contract for mining hectares was awarded to Vedanta's Hindustan Zinc Limited, 5,000, B. 2015-51, C. 1,200, 3,800, 250.51, Q10. Tungsten is also known as A. Iron, B. Wolfram, C. Titanium, D. Nickel. Wolfram 4. True, false, or fact-based questions. Q11 or false. Tamil Nadu's first biodiversity heritage site is Aridapati. Q12. True or false. The center waited for the GSI's report before making a decision on the mining block. Q13. True or false. Tungsten has several effective substitutes in industrial applications. Answer. False 5. Sentence rearrangement parajumbles. Q14. Arrange the following sentences in the correct order. 1. The contract for the mining block was awarded to Hindustan Zinc Limited. 2. Protests erupted due to concerns over biodiversity and cultural heritage. 3. The center annulled the auction after a meeting with community leaders. 4. The Geological Survey of India was asked to redefine the boundaries. A. 1.